Yes.
Good morning. My name is Paulo Pinto. I'm the Executive Director of MAPS, which stands for Massachusetts Alliance of Portuguese Speakers. And our population is a fairly large one in the state of Massachusetts and is usually substantially undercounted. So I have a couple of questions. One is looking at the simple form here, the census form. It doesn't count, the ethnicity of our population, and that is problematic for us. So I wondered if you could address that. And secondly, one of the things that we're also concerned is about the people in our community being afraid of being counted for many reasons, one of which that lady just before me just addressed, undocumented populations and so on. And is there any plans to partner with community-based organizations in terms of funding some of us to be able to do some community education, to educate our community about the importance of being counted? I know that we did something like that about 10 years ago, and it substantially helped getting people to come to our offices and having us help them complete their census forms. So that's some of the things that we are willing to do. We actually have been, so far, a testing site at a couple of our offices in Boston, in Cambridge, and in Lowell. But we also have offered to be a training center as well for the census. So we really are committed to this. We really want to make sure that everyone that is Portuguese speaking throughout the state of Massachusetts is counted, but we need your help.
Thank you. And thank you for the support so far. I assume that you are a partner, official partner with the Census Bureau. A couple of things. Let me address the ethnicity question first. We still collect information through the American Community Survey for the detailed ethnicity question that we used to have on the long form. Going to only a short form for this census helps simplify the 2010 census. We also have the American Community Survey. We're collecting data every single year, and that information is replacing the information we used to get from the long form. But that data is also available every year now, and we have information about ethnicity there. I know it still presents the challenge that you're describing and others have described, because it's only the Hispanic ethnicity that we collect, and that's based on laws that require us to collect that information. As you know, the Census Bureau doesn't determine the questions, but every question has its source in a law that requires that data to be used to apply the law. So I can't help with changing the census questionnaire. But I would like to talk a little bit more about how to reach that population. And we know with the growing Brazilian population that also speaks Portuguese, with the stimulus funding, they have added Portuguese to our list of languages that we will be providing more in-language information for, which we think is great. We also have, through a program called our Partner Support Program, for established partners, we will be able to work. We will be reaching out to community-based organizations. We can't fund them or give them any money. But through our Partner Support Program, if there's a particular initiative that an established partner has to propose, then we can work with them to support that initiative up to a certain amount of money that we will have to spend in fiscal year 2009 and 2010. It is a one-time opportunity for each of our established partners. So we would be happy to talk more about that with you and see what type of initiative and the timing of such initiative that would work for your organization.
Good. You're correct. 10 years ago, we were able to persuade, and the legislature was in a position to give us some money, and we were able to work with community-based organizations with a grant program. Obviously, I'd love to do that again. I think the question will depend largely on what we can do with the legislature. My argument is going to be, very simply, that the monies that we would put out in this program, we will get back, and we will get back. I'm convinced. If we can prove these folks are here and make sure that they're counted, the bottom line addition over the 10 years of the usage of these numbers will get that money back. The problem is it's coming at an extremely difficult time for the state, and every dollar is being carefully guarded. But I'm going to continue to make the effort. It's doubtful that it will be as ambitious as 10 years ago, but I do think it's important. I think that the community-based groups are the best hope of persuading people out there to participate, because you are dealing with many of these folks on a day-to-day basis, which is different than those of us who are only coming along as in our government roles periodically. So I do recognize how important it is. Unfortunately, it's coming along at a terrible time financially.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to, as a follow-up, to say that there is a fear of government for obvious reasons, and we as organizations who are there on a daily basis providing services, we have a trust that can be really useful in conveying to our populations to get counted. And so if it's us telling them that this is safe to fill out, I think there will be a huge difference versus someone who is representing, quote-unquote, the government, and they may not trust you. And so that is a concern for us. We really want to make sure that everyone gets counted. And, 10 years ago, there looked like a place where you can write in your ethnicity, and it doesn't feel like that's available for next year.
Again, that was only on the long form 10 years ago, and that was 1 in 6 households that received the long form. And so we are reaching those households through the monthly, the American Community Survey that's conducted monthly.